Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the next part of the Gradient League Neon Edition. Um, we are still without Nicole. She is currently sick. Josephine is being NPC'd, played by me, for this session, but we still do have Frog and Loathing as Kieran. We got Matt as Jefferson and Jeremy as Bri Bri.
How's it going, everyone?
What up?
So, 1 second. Spooky, there's a settings icon that you can interact with. Um, Down at the bottom of chat, and then that should allow you the settings to change your badges. Okay, so where we were last is you guys were trying to get information about the gym leader. It seems like information about the Vermilion City gym leader is pretty lock and key. Um, so you weren't able to pick up much. You know that the gym challenge consists of you needing to call into a radio show, answer some trivia questions, and then once you've done that, you are permitted to challenge the gym leader. Um, But you didn't glean much information as far as what Pokemon they use, what kind of gym it is. So not a whole lot other than the gym challenge that you were able to obtain. You had decided that you were going to go out into the wilds and begin training, battling wild Pokemon to level up your own. And in doing so, before setting out, Josephine made the suggestion that you all stock up on Pokeballs. That way, you are able to catch any Pokemon that you may desire while you're out there. We did some off-screen shopping. I hope maybe. If not, we can do that shopping on screen now.
Okay. I am not going to lie to you. I completely forgot to do the
You're all
off-screen
right.
shopping. Um, Hold on just a minute.
I am okay. My uncle sent me with some stuff, so I'm good on the Pokeball front.
All right.
Okay.
All right. If you
Bri
need to
Bri
look,
is also good.
awesome. So
Off the
then,
top of your head, how much is a Pokeball, do you know?
250. I was just about to say,
250.
look at page 271 in the PDF.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna buy a couple Pokeballs. I'll subtract it.
Okay. So the four of you are going to set out heading north towards Route 6. And as you exit Vermilion City, just off the right, as you're leaving the city, you do see a busy area. It seems like there's a lot of traffic here. It's some sort of platform. They lead down into a cave, and you'll see signs reading off Diglett Cave subway station. So you
All
do know
right.
that there is a subway here for future use. You can start heading north into the wilds um, as you go. And leaving Vermilion, setting out on the path. Lots of grassy, green areas. There are some streets. So, are you going to take the more urban path and follow the roads, or are you going to head off into the hiking trails like proper trainers?
Hmm.
I think to make Jefferson a little bit more comfortable and at home, we should take the hiking trails.
I agree with
Jefferson
that.
Road is the hiking trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Radical.
Heck yeah. Let's take them hiking trails.
Okay, you'll take off onto the trainers trails, and it's going to lead you into a deep forest. Still heading north, you'll head along this grassy trail, and I have updated the Roll20 map as to what you see. You've got a path in front of you, the left that sort of forks off, but it's still a very well traveled path. You can tell that this is the walking trail. And then there's another one that goes directly north from the other side of the fork, but it's still cutting through the forest. There's some hills around the area, some climbing rock faces to get to higher elevations, but overall, your standard forest.
Um, so we came from the bottom right, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so kind of looking at this, hmm. Okay,
Let's go west.
go west. Okay, let's do that.
Okay. You'll begin walking off to the west. You as a group heading in this direction, and as you make it to about the fork, begin to smell something beautiful on the air. A scent of vanilla, perhaps.
Sweet scent, even. Smells like. Okay. Um, do we see like smoke or anything? Like someone's cooking out here?
You do not.
Huh. Well, I'm totally down to go ahead and check it. I'm gonna have El Champo out. I'm gonna say, maybe there's someone nearby. You guys smell that?
Mmm, that smells good, says
Okay.
Josephine.
Um, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look to all the party, and I'm gonna.
And I roll a perception to see if I can see one.
I'm sorry, bro. Say that again. You cut out for me, and you sounded like it almost sounded like you were blowing a raspberry.
So can you roll a perception check for what?
See if I can spot anything around that might be giving off that aroma.
Sure. Is this the? I think that was the most recent roll there. The perception. Did you already roll it?
No, I mean I might have on accident.
I think. Oh
I just
yeah, I
scrolled
think this
down
was
to it.
from earlier actually. Whenever you were in front of the radio show. So yeah, go ahead and roll another perception for me. Yeah, you'll be able to. You won't see it, but you'll be able to tell the direction that the smell is coming from. You can tell that you are heading in the right. It's coming from the west. If you keep heading down this path, you'll surely get close to it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know like, hey, I can tell the smell like we're getting closer to it. Like the scent is getting stronger. It's more like if we just keep heading west, we might figure out where it's coming from.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't know if Kieran would have any reason to be paranoid, so I'm just gonna assume that someone's probably out here cooking something delicious.
Okay. So you head
So,
forward, and as you crest this hill that you're pathing over, you see a young man. He's by some sort of cooking apparatus. He's got two Pokemon nearby, and mysteriously, you hear in the back of your mind like a gentle acoustic guitar. Imagine like if you've played any of the Harvest Moon games, like the peaceful music that plays in the background of those games. You hear like that gentle guitar. And he looks over to you. He's got thick rimmed glasses, thick lenses on the glasses, wearing a nice vest with a blue plaid shirt underneath. He's got a bolo tie. His hair is kept neatly in place by a cowboy hat, wearing jeans and cowboy boots, and he says, "Hey there, friend. I'm baking some cookies. Want some cookies?"
uh,
This another one of those
sure.
desserts.
Yeah,
It is a dessert of sort. That's right.
If this
What are you
tastes
doing out
anything like
here by yourself?
tiramisu, I want it.
One at a time. Who said who?
Go
You can go
ahead, Karen.
first. I was just gonna say, I'm. What are you doing out here by yourself?
Well, I'm out here on my Pokemon journey, trying to strike it big as a Pokemon trainer. Me here and my trusty companions, Bud and Pebbles. We're gonna tackle the whole Pokemon League, be the best us that we can be. And you're gonna see that the Spud that he's talking about is a small plant Pokemon. It looks like a potato. It's got three leaves coming out of the top, like a stalk, and then leaves coming off the side. And then he also has this donkey Pokemon.
Okay. And the donkey Pokemon, is it large or is it fairly small?
It's kind of small.
Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't think my character would object. Okay.
I mean,
Tony, I have to
if
ask
you
this just so
if
I'm
you're
not a
not,
bad.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I have to ask just so I'm not a bad trainer. It's are these chocolate chip cookies?
He hasn't
And
offered
if they
he hasn't offered you the cookies yet. He just asked if you wanted
okay,
them.
okay. I didn't know if we saw them or not.
You do not.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean into Kieran and Barbara and be like, guys, what do cookies taste like?
Um,
Brad's just
warm
gonna
and
say, maybe we should find out.
yeah, that's a good way to look at it. They're sort of warm and sweet.
Listen, if you're not convinced about eating some cookies, mister, let me tell you a bit of a story. So, one day, I came home, I was playing outside with my brother. My mom, she was making some cookies. And she said, "Do you want some cookies, Tommy? Tom, do you want some?" And I said, "Mom, I would love some cookies." And so I tried one of these cookies, and I've been making cookies ever since.
Heck
Do
yeah.
they taste like tiramisu?
Well, I don't rightly know what a tiramisu is, but the cookies, they're downright delectable. And he's going to, with oven mitts, pull a tray. As you've gotten closer, the cooking apparatus is an easy bake oven that he has set up here in the woods. And he is going to draw the baking pan out and set it on top, and then close the door to the oven, take off his mitts, and say, "Well, you're gonna have to sit down for a spell because the cookies they're gonna take a couple minutes to cool down. But do not worry, they do not lose their ooey gooiness all too soon. Give them just a couple of minutes to stop being so piping hot, and they'll be ready for enjoyment."
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'll sit down, I'll enjoy some. Because this isn't I just have to ask, so I'm not a bad trainer. I can feed chocolate to Yamper, right? This isn't like actual dog rulings.
Sure.
Okay, okay. I was like, cool. I don't have to worry about doing that because I don't want to be like, oh my God, what are you doing, giving Yamper chocolate? I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay. So, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have my Pokemon kind of take a seat and everything, and I'll like sit on like a log or whatever there is
Yeah,
around here.
there's gonna be a log that's been perfectly cut and laid down on its side, and and he's going to sit down alongside you all and say, "Oh, what's all of your names, friends?"
Well, Tom, my name is Bri Bri.
Yes,
I'm Kieran.
Now I'm Jefferson.
and I'm Josephine. Well, I'm very pleased to meet you. See, my name's Thomas, and my parents, my folks, they call me Tom, but my friends, they call me Tommy. You can call me Tommy, friends.
Okay, we'll do that, Tommy. Thank you for having us join you for this meal. We really appreciate it.
Of course, I brought me out here some ice cream too. We're gonna have ourselves some root beer floats with these cookies. Would you like a
Is
root
this
beer
guy a
float?
dessert wizard?
Would you like a root beer float, mister?
I don't know that I've ever had one. I
Well,
would love to try one if you're offering.
of course, but to get you in the spirit of having a root beer float, I'd like to tell you a little story. Let me sit down there and let me spin you a yarn. And you're already sitting down. He's gonna put his leg up on the log, and that guitar is gonna get ever closer. And he's gonna say, "One day when I was just a young boy, my dad and this kid, he looks no older than Teddy, who you faced earlier today. He looks like he's 10. He says,
Oh, okay.
when I was just a young boy, my dad, he took me to an ice cream parlor, and they had root beer float. And the man behind the counter, he said, would you like a root beer float?" And I said, yes, I sure would. And they gave me a root beer float, and I've been making root beer floats ever since.
Um, so okay, he looks about as old as Tommy did,
That's Teddy.
or Teddy. I'm so sorry, because he's Tommy. He looked about as old as Teddy did. Um, so he's a considerable amount younger than all of us,
Yeah,
right? By the looks of it. Okay,
absolutely.
I'm not to be like rude, but I'm gonna kind of scratch the side of my head and I'm gonna say, and how long ago was that, Tommy?
Uh, well, if I think back, I was about 8 years old.
That is a long time, Tommy. That's awesome. I'm very
Yep.
excited to try
Well,
this
I was just a
experience with you.
young whippersnapper back then.
I suppose you were. I'm gonna kind of like look around. I'm gonna say you have some very interesting Pokemon over there. I'm gonna kind of pull them up on the
Immediately,
encyclopedia.
as you're like cycling through and you mention the Pokemon, the donkey Pokemon just ee-haw, ee-haw.
I'm like looking around.
It's the donkey Pokemon that you're looking at.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I thought something may have startled him. That's what I was looking around for,
No,
is to see.
it is
Okay.
you. You acknowledged its presence and
Oh,
said that it looked
okay.
very nice.
Okay. Yeah. Nonetheless, Kieran's gonna be like almost startled, like, hello there.
Yep. This here is Pebbles.
Bud and Pebble. Okay, that's what I was trying to remember.
This is Pebbles, and this here's Spud. Spud is an Oddish,
Heck yeah.
and Pebbles
Pebble.
is a Mudbray.
Spud.
I won Pebbles at the last Kanto Open when I received my trainer's license.
Heck yeah. Um. Wait. Okay. Um. So whenever he mentions that, I'm gonna say we actually just won the Kanto Open ourselves. We all have some starter Pokemon. I'm gonna introduce Moxie, and I'm gonna say, and this here is El Champo. El Champo's actually been my buddy since before I became an official trainer. We just got our license actually. We were actually out here looking to train.
Well, Moxie, well, El Champo, I hope that we can become fast friends. It's a pleasure to meet you. And congratulations on all of you winning your trainer's license. That's no small feat. I know from experience.
How long have you had your trainer's license, Tommy?
Well, it's been quite some time now. I If I think back real hard, like I'd say it's been about 3 months now since I got my license.
That is a long time, Tommy.
It's a very long
That is
time. I'm a very learned and adventured individual.
That that you seem to be. Congratulations, by the way. As you said before, it's no easy feat, and you
Absolutely.
deserve that.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I think
I
these
love this
cookies
guy.
are just about done too. And he's going to gently place the back of his hand on one of the cookies and he says, "Now don't worry now, friends. This one's gonna be mine. I wouldn't touch your food." And he's gonna like touch his and he's gonna say, "It seems like they've cooled down just enough. Have your cookies and have some root beer floats too." And he's gonna serve you all up with some small saucers. He's gonna scoop off the cookies with a spatula and hand you little glasses with root beer floats.
That's amazing. I want you to know that, dude. I just have to say real quick, Tony, because it reminded me. There was a place I had a root beer float cookie, so that's like a thing, and they're actually really good. But I'm like, that's cool. I like this character a lot. Yeah. So I'm gonna kind of grab it. Kieran's gonna be like a little confused, kind of like poking and testing the consistency of the root beer float. Um, I'm gonna kind of drink it around. I'm like almost like kind of swishing around, trying to savor the flavor a little bit.
He's going to begin eating his cookie and and drinking some of his root beer float. And you see that he has set out root beer floats for both Spud and Pebbles as well, but they are not eating cookies. They seem content with their root beer floats.
Um, I'm like kind of taking a sip of the root beer float. I think Kieran's actually really going to like it. I think root beer is kind of like the kind of drink he would like. Kind of like looking at this, I'm gonna look over to Josephine. I'm gonna say, Josephine, I know you're feeling a bit under the weather, but you should try this.
It's
I'm
already
gonna say
gone.
I'm gonna kind of like look over. Oh, you liked it then?
It was really good, but I think my stomach kind of hurts now from all the sugar.
Um, possibly.
Jefferson's gonna stop as the straw, like the cup's near his mouth, and be like, "Your stomach hurts,"
Yeah,
and
but
just
I've
put it
I've
down.
been sick for a little bit, and Tommy's gonna say, you know, my mom taught me a little bit of a remedy to help with an upset stomach in situations like this. She said, "Tommy, anytime that you have an upset stomach, I want you to remember this homemade remedy." And she poured me a cup of some where we were last. He was telling Josephine about a home remedy about drinking a small cup of bubblegum flavored pink bismuth. And he's going to pull out a small bottle of generic brand pink bismuth and pour it into a small cup and say, "Drink this down now, and I promise your tummy's gonna be feeling good in no time." Josephine's gonna say, "Well, thank you, Tommy," and she's gonna drink it and start to be like, "Oh, that's much better." And, and she seems like to be putting on a bit of a show for him, and he seems proud of himself. He's gonna wash the cup. It seems he's very neat and tidy. He's also gonna wash the baking pan that he had and begin to pack up the oven and say, "So, where are all of you headed?"
Well,
Believe we were heading to Saffron, aren't we? Or are we just out
that's
here
correct.
exploring at the
Y-
moment?
I think we were
I
out
think
here
our
to
end
train
goal is
and
Saffron.
headed, yeah, saffron and training, I believe.
Ah, gotcha. Well, Saffron City's just a few days' walk to the north. I was actually just coming down from there, doing some training out here in the woods. Me and Spud and Pebbles, we haven't been too much on the battling path as of recent. We've been focusing heavily on our culinary skills and just enjoying life, enjoying nature.
Well, and you do a very good job at that too. Everyone needs to eat. I think that's a very wholesome goal, Tommy, and
I
it's great
thank
to
you,
meet
Kieran.
you.
It's been great to
Have there
meet you as well.
have there been other Pokemon out here, Tommy? Or have your cookies brought anybody other than us out to you?
Why, I do not believe that they have. This is the first batch of cookies I've been making in a couple of days now, and I didn't see anybody around the last time. You guys were the first ones. I reckon I'm pretty close to Vermilion.
Yeah, yeah, you're really not that far away.
A stone's throw.
Oh,
Maybe
well,
two.
that's mighty well, I reckon. Well, if you all are out here to explore and get some training in, me and Pebbles and Spud, we were going to actually try our hand at trying to get behind the training regime and get ourselves up in fighting fit so we can begin to take on the gym leaders.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, speaking of which, Tommy, do you know much about the gym leader? We were trying to do a bit of research earlier, but we didn't really yield any fruitful results.
Well, I haven't challenged any of the gym leaders, so I do apologize, but I do not know much about the gym leaders. But let me tell you a story about gym leaders. My dad, he told me that once when he was a boy, he went out on a Pokemon journey and he said, "Tommy, Tom, my boy, one time I faced a gym leader once, and so I've been out here trying to fight them gym leaders ever since."
I really
Um,
enjoy your life lessons, Tommy.
Well,
I feel
thank you.
wiser for every time I hear one of your lessons.
Well, every time that I speak wisdom, it's come direct from my folks. They taught me everything I know.
Tommy,
Well,
Um,
do you own a radio?
I do own a radio. In fact, Pebbles really
Would
likes
you want to?
her show tunes. We listen to the guitar and people sing sometimes.
Right, that's what I've learned from what a radio is. Would you want to part with that radio?
Well, I
I'd give you enough you could get another one in the time it takes you to get to town.
well, this radio's special for me. You see, let me tell you a story. You see, my
Cu-
mom, she went to the store one day and she bought this radio and she said, "Here you go, Tom. You can have this radio before you set out on your Pokemon journey." So this this radio, I've been holding on to it ever since, and it holds a lot of sentimental value to me. I think that the most treasured things in life are the things that your closest friends and your family that they give to you to help you through life.
Um,
Tommy, have you been alone on your journey this entire time?
I sure have.
Besides you and Pebbles and
And Bud,
Bud?
you can't forget about Bud. Yeah, no, we've been alone this whole time, but I think we keep each other great company.
is it personal preference that you travel light without other people, or?
It sure isn't. If I'm being completely honest, I help people and I give them I give them various food goodies that I make while I'm out here. One time I made me some peanut brittle. Would you like some peanut brittle someday? If we come across each other, I'll make you some peanut brittle.
Well, Tommy, you see, we also are in a league of helping people when we come across those who need it.
Well, that's
So,
very noble of you. You see, my folks always told me, they said, Tom, you should try and help everybody that you can because that's the quickest way to make friends. You see, and so I've been helping people ever since.
Tony, I'm gonna
would
message you
you
something on the side while he's talking to you.
are you opposed to traveling with other people, Tommy?
Well, I don't think that I'd be opposed to it. No, but nobody's ever asked me.
Well, then I guess let me be the first. Would you like to join our merry troop of trainers here that enjoy helping people in some manner or another?
You're gonna see Pebbles is going to kick her feet up in excitement and "Hee-haw, hee-haw,"
Hell yeah.
and Tommy's gonna look back and say, "Well, I think that's a yes from Pebbles. But how about you, Spud? Are you opposed to traveling along and having journeys and adventures with our new friends here?" And Spud is gonna give like a long burp. I think Spud says yeah. So if it's all right with you all, I would be amenable to accompanying you on your Pokemon journey.
We'd love to have you. We
Well, thank you.
yeah. The way I see it is the more people in our group, the better. So you're more than welcome to come with us.
Well,
Unless you
I
guys have any objections, I look to I look to Bri and Josephine.
I would like to say that my skills include many of my Boy Scout training regimens. I got myself some cooking skills. I've learned how to bake with my trusty oven, and I can tie a knot real good, and I know a little bit of Band-Aid boo-boos. You
Those
see,
all seem like
the
things that we could definitely use help with.
Band-Aid boo-boos was a trick that my Meemaw taught me. You see, let me tell you a story, and he's gonna put his leg up again. You're gonna hear the acoustic guitar even closer, and he's gonna say, "Well, I was out playing with my little brother one day, and the two of us, we were playing down by the creek, and you see, I slipped and I fell, and I scraped my knee on a tree branch, and I ran home and I said, Meemaw, Meemaw, I scraped my knee. Meemaw said, Tom, let me teach you a little something about Band-Aid boo-boos. And she made my boo-boo all better. She cleaned it and she put a Band-Aid on it. And I've been treating Band-Aid boo-boos ever since.
That is an amazing story, Tommy.
That is indeed amazing, Tom. Um, Tom, hmm, you seem to be very
With
very wizened with all of this. You have a lot of experience in life, Tom.
Well, like I said, everything that I know is I can trace back to what my folks have told me.
Hmm. I guess that goes for a lot of people now that I think about it. I'm kind of thinking like Kieran's reminiscing a little bit about his home region. I'm gonna ask, are you from the Kanto region?
I sure am. From a little town over to the west called Pallet Town.
Interesting. We actually have a mission we were considering taking in Pallet Town. We
Is that
completely forgot
so?
to do that, by the way, guys. We were gonna do that after we scouted out the gym.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah, we're fine.
My I forgot about it, so I was like focused on attempting to find another Pokemon, and then we found Tom instead.
Yeah, yeah, it works out. It works out. Honestly, this may have worked out better. But yeah, I am gonna mention that we did have interest of taking on a certain assignment in Pallet Town. Maybe I mean, since you're accompanying us anyway, maybe you could show us around whenever we get there.
Well, I think that'd be quite nice. Maybe I can even show you to my parents and to my meemaw. And I think my little brother he's actually out and about traveling the region on his own Pokemon journey.
Out of character, all of Pallet Town is just Tommy's family. So
You,
Tom, where did you come from before you met us here? Like where were you
well,
coming
first,
from?
first and foremost, I would like to say that my friends call me Tommy, and you can call me Tommy too, friends. It's only my folks call me Tom. But if
Okay,
Tom
that's
is
fair.
easier for you, that's fine too. I just wanted to make sure that you had that special place in my heart that you could call me Tommy. But I was on my way down south from Saffron City.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I came out here into the woods here to to try my hand at fishing.
Fish
Mm,
fishing?
Fishing.
I love fishing. What sort of Pokemon are around here, as far as fish go?
Well, if I'm being quite honest, I have not found a body of water suitable for fishing just yet. I've been just
Oh,
walking this path, and that's why I was going down to Vermilion. Is I was going down through these woods so I could go to Vermilion because I heard that Vermilion has a very big sea down by the beach. And Spud and Pebbles, they've never been to the beach, so I was going to show them the beach.
sounds like a grand idea. So, if that's the case, we have a few different areas we could go to. For now, we did come out here initially looking to train. Let's see if we can't find some wild Pokemon. What do you all think?
Well, I think that's a great idea, and I'll accompany you and watch you have some fun trying to expand your Pokemon teams and make new friends. And Josephine
Awesome.
will say that she's still not feeling well, so she'll just hang back for now.
I just realized Josephine has 3 Pokemon right now because I completely forgot about Eevee for a sec.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, okay, yeah. In that case, I'm totally down to look for some Pokemon. Maybe we will catch or battle depending on which ones we run into. So yeah, I I'm gonna try and stay kind of close to um to the opening of the forest and try not to go too deep into the forest, but just kind of like looking around for any Pokemon on the edges that might
Okay.
stand out.
So Josephine said she was going to hang back. Tommy said that he would too. The
Okay.
three of you, Bri, are you in on checking out for some Pokemon too?
Oh my god, I have been muted for so long.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Since your camera's off, I didn't know you were talking. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
didn't
My
either.
bad. My
I feel
bad.
bad. We may have been cutting him off or something.
Well, is there anything you wanted to say to Tommy that you didn't get
Uh,
the chance to?
nothing important. It's fine.
I just imagine Bri was just like zoning out for a second. Was like, dude.
We'll just say that he's getting like because he's not used to like high amounts of sugar. We'll just say that he's like kind of in his own mental space.
Vibrating in place.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Bri, are you gonna help? Are you wanting to look around for new Pokemon as well, or Pokemon to battle?
Pokemon to battle. Yeah.
Hell yeah! All right. So we'll start gallivanting. Are you wanting to go? You've got woods on either side of the path right here. Are you just wanting to cut right in, or do you want to head further down the path? What's the game plan?
Kind of feel like cutting right in is where we're going to start seeing Pokemon as opposed to the path. So, I mean, we could just, since we're all standing right here, just go straight north into the woods and see if we can find something.
All right. Um, we can sure do that. We'll go ahead and open this up a little bit. Let's say you see right about up to that. We'll expand it a little bit. You guys got a good hunting ground ahead of you. Go ahead and move your characters where you want to be, and each one of you roll me a perception check whenever you step where you want to stand.
Okay. Okay, so he's going pretty deep in there. I'll go pretty I'll go pretty close too, just in that way we're all together. So I'm probably gonna stick over here and just be kind of catty corner a little bit.
All right. How about you, Jefferson? All right. Hit me with those perception checks, fellas. I know that Bri already rolled, so let's check out
Okay.
what Jefferson and Kieran get. Let me try rolling for you on the side map. I haven't seen frogs either. I think you just step back.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even hear you tell me to roll. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I said place where you want to be and then roll perception once you're there.
Okay, my bad. My bad. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what is going on, but it's like some of the audio is just cutting out for me. We'll see. Hold on. So perception. There we go. A fucking
All
hit,
right.
bro. I've gotten
So-
crit fails like all day.
So on 2d6, Kieran got a 2. Snake Eyes. Bri got a 5, I believe. 6. And then Jefferson got a 12. So Bri, Kieran, neither of you are going to find any Pokemon. It's pretty just very peaceful, tranquil forest, and no movement around. But Jefferson, what you will find is going to be a nest of these strange yellow cocoon like Pokemon hanging from threads on the trees that surround you.
Let's see. So probably would have already had Cindy out. Her being the way she is probably up on the tree, attempting to like discover what they are. It's kind of because she's curious, looking at them. Jefferson not knowing what they are is not gonna dissuade her from messing with them.
All right.
Do they react to Cindy at all?
They do. Whenever Cindy gets close, you're gonna see them get very angry. And start loudly humming. You're gonna hear like a zoom 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 zoom.
And how many of them are there?
We're gonna say that there's gonna be 5 hanging in various parts of the trees where you've entered here.
But with the humming, Jefferson is gonna tell Cindy she might want to come back over to him
All
instead
right.
of hanging out up in the tree.
She's gonna quickly like look worried and fly back to you very very fast, like realizing that that was dangerous. But these Pokemon are all like hanging from these threads. They're gonna rotate slowly and look in your direction, and you'll see all of them sort of bend their torsos and aim these stingers at the base of their bodies in your direction, and you'll hear that still zoom 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 zoom, almost like a cicada. And Bri, Kieran, the two of you see you're very close to Jefferson, so you can see that he and Cindy were investigating something. They have seen something, and you hear Jefferson call out for Cindy to be careful and come back. And you see that Cindy flies back to Jefferson. After a moment, you start to hear that buzz too.
So as they're aiming their stingers, Jefferson is going to tell Cindy to fly up to them and growl.
Okay, so we're starting combat here.
I think so. I don't think we're gonna have much of a choice.
Okay, all right. Well, then we'll go ahead and add initiative. You hear that Jefferson starts a battle over nearby. If you guys desire to hop in.
Okay, so hearing that he starts a battle, I am kind of interested because Kieran so far hasn't found any Pokemon, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go over there thinking maybe that he found where there, where there's one, there's probably multiple, and then I imagine I will then see that there are several of those things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will hop in the battle once I realize that there is a lot that outnumber him. I'm gonna send in El Champo.
Bri will also turn around and send out Striker.
Okay. And you guys can go ahead and grab your tokens for those and throw them on the board. Let me know what your speeds are, and we'll add to the initiative tracker.
Okay, let's see.
Striker's speed is
Cindy,
8.
Cindy is 11.
So Kieran's is 10 and El Champa's is 11.
So Jefferson, you initiating combat. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let Cindy go first, even though there is a Pokemon here that has a higher speed and initiative than you do. Um, this is sort of almost like a surprise round of sorts. So Cindy will fly up, and you're targeting this one here, the one right in front of Cindy.
Yeah.
Okay. So Cindy will fly up. She's gonna use her growl attack. Go ahead and roll that AC for it. Yes. And that'll hit. So Cindy will fly up, growl at this Pokemon that's buzzing back at it, and it will lower its attack by 1 combat stage. Now we'll cycle up to top of initiative. It's gonna be this one's turn. This is gonna be Pokemon number 1. Um, it in response to Cindy growling at it is going to use Harden. See that its shell is going to gleam a little bit, and it's going to be try to become more durable. And it's going to be Jefferson's turn from there.
Okay. He is okay. So every time I go over to the Roll20 screen, that's when it lags my microphone out. So I will discuss what I want to do because I have an idea of where we're all standing, and then as I'm listening to you do your thing, I will attempt to move him. Essentially, I'm just gonna have Jefferson kind of move probably up towards the base of the tree. That way, he's not like in the middle of everything.
So you moved up. Are you going to engage in combat with this too, or are you going to let Cindy do the work for you?
Well, now I was thinking we might, but in time Jefferson is very weary about it. No, I'll probably be within the combat too. Not afraid to help Cindy.
Okay. So you've moved up. What do you want to do with the rest of your turn then?
Can I throw a rock at the Kakuna?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll reflavor it as a struggle attack. You are like within melee range of it. So I suppose you could still throw a rock at it, but we'll reflavor
Oh,
the
if I'm within melee range, can I just like punch it
yeah. Yeah,
or like try to pull it off of the little cord thing it's hanging from?
you sure could.
All
You'll
right.
roll me
Well,
a
okay.
struggle attack. Unless you're just wanting to pull it down, at which point that would be a grapple. Your
Mm.
choice, though.
Oh, if I'll just punch it.
Your attack will land 20 physical damage. And this thing, whose defense had been beefed up a little bit, not going to take a whole lot, but still a decent amount. But you'll hit this Pokemon. What is the response that comes from Bri and Kieran seeing Jefferson throw hands with this thing?
Rai is kind of like pumped
Oh,
about it. So he's like, "Oh, I
i-
didn't know you could do that."
is this like is this relatively common knowledge that people do this when against Pokemon, or is this like something that it's like more of like a niche bit of knowledge that mainly trainers know about?
I would say it's a niche bit of knowledge that trainers know about because with
Kieran's
Kieran
gonna be
not being
shocked.
Kieran not being exposed to this sort of thing, you would not know what they're doing or know that it's
Uh,
okay or if it's not okay to do it.
I think Kieran is going to be a bit shocked at first. I'm gonna say, "Oh, are you planning on eating those? Our friend mentioned that he's looking to fish. could do that later. I thought the plan was for our Pokemon to battle them, Jefferson. My character's not
Well,
entirely opposed. He's just confused.
where I come from, some of the Pokemon in the wild can be pretty dangerous, and if you're trying to take care of an already injured Pokemon, you have to help keep it safe. So me and Cindy have just kind of learned to
Not
work
take chances.
together.
Okay. Hmm. Such an interesting concept. Okay. Well, in that case, I suppose I'll give it a try too. I'm gonna wait for my turn patiently.
All right. It's back over to Cindy's turn.
Okay. She gonna follow up that punch with a tackle.
That is going to hit. Her tackle will hit with a 13, dealing 26 physical damage. This thing looks very beat up. You see those scratches over it. It's like leaking some sort of fluid out of its side. Definitely broke through its defenses with that one. But we'll move on now to El Champo.
All right. El Champo, look at me. You're the man, okay? Ain't no one gonna stop you, all right? All right?
Rah.
Okay, El Champo, just like we practiced. You got this, my sweet baby boy. I'm gonna kiss him between his eyes. I'm gonna set him down on the ground, and I'm going to instruct that he attack this one over here that he is now catty corner to. Oh, I'm gonna do this that way if Bri wants to get in a better position with his. So
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna move there.
you'll head directly towards one of these kakunas that's hanging from the tree. You as players don't know them as kakunas, but or as characters don't know them as kakunas, but I know that you as players do. Um, but El Chapo is going to run up to this bug Pokemon that's hanging from the tree branches, and what does he do?
Okay, I am going to then have El Champo start off. I'm gonna have El Champo start off trying to bite it. Can he reach it?
He can.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have him climb it with like his little reptilian paws. And as he scales the tree, I want him to try and take a bite. Anytime he is curious of something, he takes a bite.
All right, roll me
Okay.
that AC. That's going to hit.
Hey, I was kind of worried it was gonna be really bad again. Okay. Ooh, that's a good hit, isn't it?
Yes,
Or maybe
31,
okay.
31 damage. Physical.
El Champo, show him the pearly whites, and I'm gonna refer to that as his teeth.
You'll bite down and do some mega damage to this thing, dealing
Uh,
a considerable amount.
it's completely cool if we can't, but would there be any kind of roll or just for flavor since we can already reach them anyway if I basically instruct El Champo after biting down on them to almost just try and fall out of the tree and pull them down?
It would be an extra roll because it'd be like a grapple.
Okay.
In
Would I
addition to
be
that,
able to do that or
no, since you've used your action to use bite,
okay.
it would be an entirely different separate
Yeah, no worries then.
thing. Okay. After El Champo, we've got ourselves one of the Kuna's turns. This is going to be Kakuna number 3, which is currently not near anybody. It's this one over here, off to the far right, closest to Cindy. But he's about 10 feet away from Cindy. It's not going to do anything. It just like is going to continue with its angry buzzing. Over to Kieran now.
Okay. Kieran's gonna kind of be a little bit hesitant, but nonetheless, he's going to go to the other side of that Kakuna. He is going to try and build up the courage to attack this Pokemon. For flavor, I feel like Kieran's not going to be able to go through with it on this turn, so he's almost going to chicken out, and I feel like he is not going to be able to actually attack this Pokemon.
Okay. Off to Bri.
Um, Bri being encouraged to punch things has determined that he will in fact punch things. So he's going to actually what is his ground speed? 6. Okay, cool. So he's gonna run over to this Kakuna, and he is just going to try and actually no. No. Yeah, he's going to just rear back his right hand and try to sock this thing as it's hanging there.
All right. So you head to the northernmost tree. There's a Kakuna hanging on to the west side of the tree, close to Jefferson, and you give him backup. You run up and you swing. Let's see if it hits. That is a connect. Got a 17. So that is a land for 20 physical damage on Kakuna number 2. This one seems considerably more tanky than the other ones. And whenever you swing on it, just your fist connects almost like you're punching a rock.
I love the imagery of this. How like the 3 boys of the original party just kind of rushed into force and started throwing hands with kakunas. We just all ran in there, just like.
And it is Striker's turn.
Yeah. Striker with an overland 5 will 1, 2, 3. And this is a flank, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So Striker is going to run up and he's going to kind of take a Tai Chi pose with one hand forward, flat palm, bent fingers, one hand back, and he's just going to swap positions with his hands as he thrusts his right hand forward to connect or try to connect with a pound.
Hell yeah. It's very, very cool imagery that you had there. Yes, your pound is going to hit. That is a connection. See how much damage we do. 23 physical damage to Kakuna number 2. Again, this is the big tanky one, right? So this is the one that you tried to make connection with. After you hit it, felt like a rock, but you see Striker run up and he does his pound attack, and you can see that he did more damage than you did. But still, like the Kakuna just sort of swings from its string that it hangs from the tree branch with. Still hanging in there strong.
Mm. Okay, cool.
And then we've got Tuna number 3. Wait, that should have been number 2 last time. I said number 3. I got it mixed up. That's my bad. So this one, we'll just swap their places. This one right here that you and Striker are fighting, Bri, that one's number 2. This one off here in the distance is number 3. This is number 1. This is number 4. This is number 5. So Kieran and El Champo, you're flanking number 4. Cindy and Jefferson, flanking number 1. Bri and Striker flanking number 2. So giving
I
number
guess
2 a turn.
technically. Oh, sorry. Just to make sure I understand this, would Jefferson also be flanking the one that Bri is flanking?
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
But the Kakuna number 2, this one over here, he's going to use his struggle attack.
Okay.
Attacking. He's going to attack Striker. That is going to hit. It's just using a struggle attack. This being
1d8 plus 6.
and then another 4, so 18 physical damage is what it's going to hit Striker for.
Okay, and that is 18 minus my defense, right?
Yes.
Okay. So homeboy takes 11.
That kicks it over to Kakuna number 4, down here by El Champo and Kieran. Kakuna number 4 is going to use its going to use Harden. Use Harden, giving itself a little boost to its defense, and that'll be its turn. Which kicks it over to Kakuna number 5. this fella out here, he's going to use Harden as well. He doesn't have anybody around him. He's just going to solidify himself. Next is going to be Kakuna number 1's turn, up by Jefferson and Cindy. He's going to use a struggle attack. He's going to try and hit Cindy. That'll land for 17 physical damage.
It's minus the defense.
Since that Kakuna just went, it's going to be Jefferson's turn.
Okay. I think it is time to attempt to properly catch a Pokemon.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So, are you going to try and capture the one that you've been battling here? Or are you going to try and snipe one of the other
Yeah.
ones the other guys have been going for?
No, I'm gonna go for the one that we've been battling.
Okay. So what you're going to do first is you're going to roll what is essentially a struggle attack. It's a DC. I actually think it's 6. Let me triple check. Okay. Going to be an AC 6 attack roll. So roll me 1d20. This is going to be coming from Jefferson's perspective. Critical hit. Nat 20. Okay, so if you roll a natural 20 on this accuracy check, subtract 10 from the capture roll. We'll get to that in a second. So now we're going to roll the capture roll. Roll me 1d100. 47. Okay. So the how this works is we'll first begin with 100. Then we're going to subtract the Pokemon's level by 2 or times 2 and then look at their current hit points. They are below 50%. I actually think that they might be under 25%, but it would be close. Yeah, they're under 50%. They're not under 25. So because they're under 25%, we're going to add a total of 15. That's going to take it back up to over 100. And because you rolled a 47, you rolled that natural 20 on your attack roll, we get to subtract 10 from your roll of 47 on the 1d100, making your total roll 37. So the objective here is we have to calculate what their capture rate is, which we've already calculated is over 100. All you have to do in order to successfully capture this Pokemon is roll under that number, which would be a guaranteed thing, considering. Um, so you have successfully caught this Kakuna. You'll toss out your Pokeball. The capture beam will come out, suck it in, and you see the shake, shake, shake,
Oh.
click, and you have caught a Kakuna.
Jefferson, you did it!
Mark me 1 experience.
Kieran is going to be super excited. That's our first capture of the journey.
That is big.
Our first genuine capture. Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, Kieran's gonna be like hopping up and down, like almost like kind of cheering his buddy on for capturing that.
And we're going to kick it over to Cindy now.
Okay, she is going to move with her just faces backward and tackle this one that I moved her next to.
All right, so Cindy moves over to Kakuna number 3, facing on the northern end of it, and is going to attack with its tackle attack. So let's roll that.
Which I might be able to. I'm sorry if my phone buzzing, picking up on my mic.
No, you're fine.
Uh,
Yeah, your tackle attack, you rolled an 8 total, and that is going to successfully hit. You'll hit the Kakuna. You're gonna knock it back throughout the tree branches with this tackle attack, dealing a massive 34 physical damage. Which from this at 24 total damage. big numbers to this guy. He is already very, very low. Um, and we're kicking it over to El Champo now.
All right. El Champo. I'm gonna first off look to El Champo. I'm gonna say El Champo. You just bit it a little bit ago. You showed it your pearly whites. Is it hard or soft? I'm almost kind of getting a gauge for whether he basically said it hurt to bite it or not.
He's gonna snarl and be ready to fight again. He's in
Okay.
he's in a fighting mood.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that means it was not hard enough for El Champo to get hurt from biting it. So I'm gonna say, all right. Well, then follow it up with another bite. Did I roll damage or did I roll AC? I
You
rolled
rolled
AC.
AC, and that is gonna be a successful hit
Hey. Okay. There we go.
for 29 damage.
Yeah.
That is number 4. Very, very low. You're gonna see that same weird fluid coming out of the side of it. It looks beaten and bruised, and it's gonna have this weak buzzing to it.
No. I feel bad now.
Moving over to Kakuna number 2's turn, up here by Bri and Striker. It is going to try and make itself even more hard, by um, by using Harden. So that is going to be its turn to make itself more tanky. Over to Kieran.
Okay. So Kieran is going to yet again try and build up his resolve. Instead of attacking it outright, I think Kieran's just gonna try and grab the Kakuna and almost try to pull it out of the tree.
Okay. So we're going to
Okay.
do a grapple maneuver, if that is the case.
All right. Okay.
Let's get the combat rules up for that.
Alrighty.
Going to be on page 241.
Okay, let me pull that up. I'll try
Or
to
actually,
follow along.
further down. 243. So grapple, you're going to first make an AC4 attack. So you can roll the button for struggle. It's already built in for AC4.
Okay. One moment, please. Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna
Oh.
try and grab onto it, but all the fluid from it's gonna make your hands super slimy, and your hands are just gonna slip off. Not being able to
Dang.
get a good grip on this bug.
It's bug. All
Bug.
right. All right. Yeah. See, Kieran's just gonna kind of fall down and just kind of wipe it off on his pants.
I'm
And
imagining Drosko fucking freaking out right now.
Yeah, Drosko would be like,
over to
all
Bri
right.
Bri is gonna fucking punch it again. He hurt his right hand, so he's going in with a left this time. He's actually very surprised how durable this thing is. However, Bri is a lefty. He's gonna hit it with a strength instead.
Okay. So Bri uses the move Strength. Can you tell me what this looks like, Bri? Is it just the full on left haymaker that you're going for here, or
Bri is actually going to kind of smirk a little bit with shaking his right hand. And he's like, "Man, you're really good at this." And he's just going to left uppercut from the bottom.
you gonna punch it in the stinger?
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
not thinking.
So let's roll the damage, and then we'll go into the effect of strength once we've done that. For 25 physical damage, this may be, and I'll let you take this. Well, actually, I don't think you would take it back, but um, I'm pretty sure strength is a fighting type, and this may be another one of those instances where it did not pick up. my change to it. Oh no, it's normal. Okay. Yeah, never mind. 25 physical damage, and you're attacking number 2. You're gonna punch it, and it's going to go up a couple of feet and then swing back down, and you get to now use the effective strength. You may immediately initiate a push maneuver as a free action. The maneuver automatically hits, but you must still make the opposed roll. So how it would normally work is you would make an AC 4 attack, I believe. Let me get back to that. So yeah, you typically make an AC 4 attack, but we get to bypass that part because this considers it as already completed. However, we still do make the opposed check. You and the target make opposed combat or athletics checks. If you win, the target is pushed back 1 meter directly away from you. And if you have movement remaining this round, you may then move into the newly occupied space and push the target again. This continues until you choose to stop or have no movement remaining for the round. Push may only be used against a target whose weight is no heavier than your heavy lifting rating. You're fine in that regard. So we will now do opposed combat or athletics checks.
Okay. I'm gonna go with athletics because it's my boost.
Yeah, he is going to go with combat, and you succeed. So you get to push him back 1 square, and kick him here, and then you may immediately move into the square that you pushed him from if you would like to.
I shall do so.
And you can continue to push him if you want, or you can just leave him right there.
I'm just gonna leave him right there.
Awesome. Okay. And now it's over to Striker's turn.
Striker, seeing the push initiative engage, he's going to actually um soft step his way over towards the new location, and with another flourish of movement with Tai Chi like motion, he's going to um, use a struggle as if it were a kick.
Okay. That's going to be a hit. See that damage. 24 physical damage on this guy. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. You've got him down past his 50% threshold. He's going to take an injury. And it will be Kuna number 3's turn. This guy over here. It's going to begin swinging. It's going to swing itself around the tree, pulling that way and that way, moving along with the string, swinging around to another branch, and then try to hit Cindy with a struggle attack, landing the damage for 15 physical damage. And it'll be now Kuna number 4's turn. This one over here by El Champo and Kieran. It's going to try and attack Kieran.
Why me? I'm like Kieran's like kind of like looking at this thing like, oh shit.
Landing its struggle attack.
Ooh.
Dealing 15 physical damage.
Okay, I guess. Hold on. Let's see.
Lastly,
15 physical damage. Sorry, you can go on.
lastly is going to be Kakuna number 5's. It's going to swing from tree to tree, swing over to the tree that where you're at, and it's now got you flanked. Going to attack you with a
Ooh.
struggle attack.
Dang, me again?
Yep.
Okay.
Landing its hit.
All right.
Dealing 11 physical damage.
11 physical damage.
Tommy's going to say, "Don't worry, friend. When you get back here, I'll patch up your Band-Aid boo-boo real good."
I appreciate it, Tommy. Thank you.
Now it's Jefferson's turn.
Cindy is looking rather bad.
Okay, not
Oh,
looking too hot.
okay. I think, and can I use I have 4. Can I use a potion on Cindy?
Yeah, you can use a potion on Cindy. So you'll move up to Cindy, who's closest to Kakuna number 3 on the east side of your little combat space, and move close enough to Cindy that you can spray the potion. The potion is going to be like just almost like a everyday spray bottle, and so whenever you squeeze it, you hear like that almost like a crank noise, like the crank 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 crank. As you're spraying Cindy with this pinkish purple liquid, and it's going to restore some hit points. How many hit points does it say that it restores?
Uh, guess. Uh, yeah,
This it heals 20
20.
hit points.
Oh, well and good.
All right, so Cindy's going to heal up for 20, and then it is her turn.
Alright. She
Did she take an
a
injury
brand new bird.
from all that, by the way?
Um, let me see. How far did she have to go down to take an injury?
50%, and that should already be it for quick math. There's a space over on the right hand side that'll tell you
Yes, she did take 1.
we're going to add an injury to Cindy.
Okay. She's going to tackle again on that.
Okay, I'll roll for you so you can.
Yeah, it's good. It seems to be working somewhat okay now.
Okay, you did land that
Let me
tackle
do things.
with a total of 4 after your AC. So roll me the damage for 28 physical on Kakuna 3, and you're going to KO this Kakuna. Going to pass out and just fall to the grass.
Heck yeah.
Now it's El Champo's turn.
El Champo. Okay. Being kind of surrounded, I'm gonna say they may have the flank on us, but we have the flank on them, and I'm gonna get El Champo to try and bite at the one directly in front of us.
Okay, so aiming for Kakuna number 4, the one that you've got flanked. Roll
Yeah.
me that AC for bite.
All right.
That is going to hit.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yep, because you
Cool.
got that flanking.
Nice. Okay. 30.
30 physical damage on number 4.
Yeah.
And you're going to KO this one.
All right.
That leaves only Kakuna number 2 and Kakuna number 5 remaining. And it will be Kakuna number 2's turn, up by Bri and Striker. Kakuna is going to use its struggle attack and attack Striker. Landing a hit, almost a critical hit. Ooh, about really bad damage. So what was that?
Oh,
7,
nice.
and then another 4, so 11 damage.
Okay, cool.
11 physical. Next, Kieran.
Okay. Kieran is going to try and use a struggle attack against this one. Basically, just trying to almost I don't know, just I don't know, trying to basically just swing at this thing wildly. It doesn't look like he has much combat experience at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
That's a hit for a 15.
Okay. There we go.
20 physical damage on number 5. He hasn't
I'm
taken a
back to
hit
normal now.
yet. Bri.
Can I actually have Mienfu go first since we have the same initiative here?
Sure.
Cool. So Mienfu is just going to follow it up with another quick jab with an open palm of their.
I do want to ask, are you planning on trying to catch this thing?
Yes.
Okay. I will tell you it is below its 50% threshold. So be careful with what you're trying to hit with. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. I mean, no matter what, it's gonna be the same damage. So,
Gotcha.
and since it's what hardened twice,
Yes.
I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
So, actually, instead of hitting it with hands, it's actually going to uh quickly uh shift its waist to the right and use its tail like another like a kind of like a club, I guess.
All right. That's gonna hit for 25 physical damage. This thing is looking real low. Very, very low.
Bet.
Time to gear up and chuck it.
Brad gonna chuck a Pokeball.
Okay. You turn your metaphorical cap sideways and rear back your hand and throw a Pokeball. Go ahead and roll me. Just you can just hit struggle. It's the same roll, and that is a successful hit. Now we're gonna roll a D100 45. That should be good. Let me double check. You'll chuck your Pokeball, shake once, shake twice, shake 3 times, and click. You too have Kade Kakuna.
Yeah.
My friend's over here catching kakunas. You're gonna see Kieran is gonna jump for joy, and he's gonna say, "You guys did it!"
It is going to be the last Kakuna's turn, and as you say, "You guys did it!" He's going to try and hit you with a struggle attack, landing the
The
hit.
face.
So while you're mid statement, you're just going to get hit in the side of the head with a Kakuna that deals 16
Fair enough.
physical damage.
Okay. 16 physical damage. Let me go ahead and pull up Kieran's little sheet here. Okay. Cool. We are good.
Sweet. It's Jefferson's turn now.
All right. Jefferson going. Yeah. Okay. Don't move.
You're lagging for me a little bit. You're
And
going to move over
look.
to the fifth Kakuna, and then what?
Yeah. And I'm Kieran. Look, you have your reservations, but sometimes when you need to survive, you just gotta. And I'm just gonna kick the crap out of this Kakuna.
Fair enough.
All right, hit me with
Yeah.
that AC, that struggle attack.
Come on,
All right,
crit.
roll it,
Come on,
roll it.
crit.
There it is. Like,
Oh.
ah,
That would have been
But
so
but
bad.
he's flanked, so let's see what
Oh.
his defense is. And his evasion is only a +1 because of his stats, and he is flanked, so you got a 2. Or yeah, you've landed it. You've landed your attack. 16 physical damage,
yay.
dealing very little to it. You're just gonna basically kick it, and it's gonna drift to one side and swing back like a yo-yo or like a pendulum. Cindy's turn.
Gonna move the other side Kakuna from Kieran.
All right, Cindy moves over to the eastern side of the
Jefferson,
Kakuna, making it so that it's surrounded on 3 sides.
and following in its master's lead, is going to attempt to hack the crap out of it.
Gonna land its tackle. Let's see about that damage. 26 physical damage. It can't be pushed back because Kieran is in the way. So it's just gonna take the damage. It has fallen under its 50% threshold. It's El Champo's turn.
Okay. So, El Champo, you already know the plan. I'm gonna look at El Chapo and say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. El Champo, you do one thing. phenomenal, and I ask that you do it again. And I'm gonna like look to him and I'm gonna do so he knows. And and just assume that he just knows at this point what he must do.
You hear a deep grumble and then a snap of his jaws. He's going to almost swim through the earth towards the Kakuna and bite at it, landing its attack. 32 physical damage and KOing this Kakuna.
I'm gonna
You
like
have
have to like retrieve it from it like a chew toy. I'm gonna say, spit it out. You don't know where that thing's been. Give it here.
gonna shake its head rapidly and then chuck it to the side, and it's just going to like hit with almost like a rock and roll over
Okay.
a few times. You all have successfully beaten the horde of Kakuna, and all three of your Pokemon gain 13 experience.
Heck
It's
yeah.
enough for a level up for all of them.
That is phenomenal.
And make sure you are just like adding on to the total. So to get to level 5 or to get to level 6 from level 5, you had to have 40 experience. And so if you put in 30 straight from 40 or 13 straight from 40, make sure that you note that it's 53 and your next milestone is 60. There is an experience chart in the PDF if you need to keep track. But for now, until
Is it
I think it's like level 10, it's
is
just
it
every 10
60 or
experience.
70? Oh,
If you were
We
level
got how much
6,
experience for that?
you got 13 experience.
Okay, I don't think Cindy leveled up.
so then
It
that
was
means I
level
hit
60.
level.
If you were level 5, you had 40 experience and you needed to get to 50 to get to level 6. You just got 13. If you were level 6 and you need to get to level 7, you needed to get 60 experience and you were at 50. You only need to get another 10. So on and so forth. That continues on until level 10, and where you would go from level 10 to 11, you would need 20. So for now, it's just every 10 experience you gain, it's another level.
Okay, because I was at 47,
Yeah, then you just jumped up
so
to
then I hit
60.
60, so I hit 2 levels from that.
Yes, you're level 7 now.
Okay.
And I will fill out these character sheets after session today because I would imagine we've probably got a little bit more to go. And then we'll call it. But yeah, you guys caught your Pokemon. You just got yourselves out of your first real wild Pokemon battle, and
Okay.
Tommy is going to be doing big whistles from the back, and Pebbles is going to be kicking her feet and hee hawing, and Spud is going to be burping real loud, and Tommy's going to say, "Well, that was quite wonderful, friend. I'm very glad that you were able to get new friends with your party to accompany on your journey. Well, uh, Kieran, as I said, you can come on over here and I'll treat your Band-Aid boo-boos."
I appreciate that. I'm gonna go take a seat next to him. I don't think I got any injuries. You have to get to at least 50% before you start getting them, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine.
He's gonna patch you up. You can go ahead and heal up Kieran to max.
Heck
He's going
yeah.
to do some first aid and wrap some bandages around your legs and patch up some of the scrapes that the Kakuna gave you. Um, and it's come to your realization that Pokemon are very dangerous. You've seen that firsthand now. Where even
Okay.
these regular Pokemon out here in the wild, these seemingly harmless bug Pokemon, were able to do quite a number on your Pokemon.
Okay. I'm definitely going to know to be a little bit more careful. Kieran's sort of an outdoorsy person anyway, so I mean he probably would have been around different kinds of Pokemon before, obviously not being a trainer from where he's from. But yeah, I'm gonna say that he probably never encountered whatever these were, so he didn't expect them to basically attack in such a manner. Um, so he's definitely gonna take what Jefferson said to heart, and he knows that he'll have to defend himself out here.
For sure, for sure. Okay.
So,
Well, where do we want to head from here, fellas?
okay. Got some good levels off of that. We could continue training for levels. However, we mentioned the idea of going to Pallet Town. Does that sound like an idea that we want to do now, or does that sound like something we want to do later? Because there was that mission in Pallet Town.
I mean, we still have to, get through either the rest of the forest or go back to Vermilion.
Right. Well, because Pallet Town is to the south of us, right?
Palatown's to the west. You've got to go
Oh, it's to the
northwest and
west.
then
Oh,
south.
oh, okay, yeah. My bad. I was looking at the map wrong. Okay. Kieran's like, I was holding the map upside down. I'm sorry. Hold on. And he's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. Palatown's a while
Yeah.
out there. Actually, never mind. Never mind. Um. Okay. Yeah. So in that case, no, that's fine. Our original goal was to go to Saffron anyway. We may as well just keep heading to Saffron.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay.
So you
Or
want to head
Tommy.
back to the path here, regroup with Tommy and Josephine. Do you want to take the scenic route, go west, following the path that you're already on, or do you want to roll back
Um,
and
I like
go
the
to
idea of
the?
going west. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Um, I like the idea of going west just because we didn't really explore much of it. But if you guys want to go somewhere else, that's fine with me too.
Brian has no qualms.
Heck yeah. Let's continue
Yeah,
going west, fellas.
I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. You'll head further along on this path. Head to the west. There's going to be a hill that comes up on your right. It seems to go up pretty high and more forest. And you'll spot a little creek off ahead. Your first body of water that you've seen, and Tommy's going to say, "Well, I think you all are my good luck charm. I haven't seen a body of water yet since I've been out here, and like I said, I was out here trying to find a good fishing spot."
Well, looks like you found it. Um, I'm gonna kind of like look at him and say, "Hey, you don't happen to know where we could get some more fishing rods, do you?"
Well, I do believe that most cities do have a place where you could buy some fishing supplies. Me myself, I just made this rod with my own two hands. My dad, let me tell you a story. And he's going
Okay.
to produce a log out of seemingly nowhere and put his leg up on it. You're gonna hear the acoustic guitar again, and he'll tell you that you know when I was just a little boy, just a small wee lad, my dad, my pop, he said, Tom, me and you, we're gonna go fishing today. And my dad, he took me fishing. He showed me how you cast a line and how you reel it in and how it is to catch a fish and rely off the land to feed and provide for you. And I've been fishing ever since.
Remarkable.
Why,
That's
thank you.
awesome. That is that's very interesting.
You guys are so
I
kind because every single story that he's told you, like he keeps trying to. It's going off of topics of like, how did you do that, or what does it taste like, and he's
yeah,
basically just
yeah.
tells you a time at which he participated in an event related to it, and he's been
Yeah.
doing it ever since.
Yeah, I think that most of our party is pretty nice is the big thing. So it's like, well, I think most of us are pretty friendly people. I am gonna look to him and I'm gonna say, I've actually done a fair share of fishing myself. None since I've been in Kanto, but I'd love to try it. Um, I'm gonna kind of like take a seat next to him and everything whenever he's casting out there. I mean, so he's been fishing before, and he lives in Kanto. I'm gonna ask him what sort of fish might we find in Kanto.
Magikarp.
Magikarp. Okay. I've heard of that one.
That's the only
Um.
fish I've ever seen, so I think that's the only one here.
Oh. Surely there's more. I don't know. Maybe there's only Magikarp, but
That would be
there.
quite beautiful to see another fish.
Well, could be your first time for that. I'm gonna go ahead and take a seat next to him and everything. And if he wants to, you said that he found that body of water, right? So, um, I'll take a seat by the body of water. I'll just kind of like dip my feet in or something, and and let him take a moment to fish if he would like to.
All right, he'll head up to the water. You guys will walk around, see him throw his rod out, which you'll see is just a stick with a string and a cork bobber attached. He's gonna throw it out in the water, and he's gonna hum himself a little tune. And after a while, he's going to catch a bite. He's gonna pull it in, and he reels in a boot. And he's gonna say, "Well, they can't all be winners." Let me tell you a story. And he puts his leg up on a log again, and he says, "There was this one time that I was playing with my little brother. We were out by the creek, and did I ever tell you this story? The story of us playing down by the creek? I don't think I told you this one. So we were
No, I
playing a
don't think
game
so.
down by the creek. We were playing little game by the name of tag. And you see, my brother, he is a quick boy, and I ran as fast as I could, and I could not tag my brother, and I lost the game, and I was pretty upset about it. And so I went home after we were done playing, and I spoke with my ma and my pa, and they said, "Tom, can't always win," and I've been living my life like that ever since.
You're a
That
true
is,
hero, Tom. Tommy.
it's very inspirational, you know. And I agree. I do think that life has ups and downs. I mean, if there were only positives to life, then the positives would just seem dull and normal by comparison. I think that there has to be some loss in order for victory to feel meaningful.
That's a very wise way of putting things. Very intelligible uh, structure of sentence.
I think I saw it on TV once.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
I don't watch TV too much. I just listen to the radio.
Oh, well, the radio's nice too. We've
Yep, my parents never had a TV. Let me tell you a story. He's gonna. This will be a rinse and repeat cycle of
all right.
whenever he says something about himself. He tells you a story of his childhood, a time at which this time his parents did not own a TV, and they said that the TV is only something that lets you see what's outside. And his parents told him that you can just go outside if you want to see what's outside, and so he's been doing that ever since.
We never owned a TV either, Tommy.
Well, I think that's a real nice thing to have in common, Jefferson. So, fellas, uh, I have finished up my fishing here, and I think I'm satisfied with my results, and I am ready to embark on your leg of the journey.
All right.
I
Um,
did my fishing.
that you did, my friend. And hopefully on the next one you can Oh, I missed a ditto. Damn it. It's okay. Sorry.
Broke character to shout about the Pokemon chat game.
I know, I did. Okay, okay, it's cool, it's cool. So, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say that you did, and hopefully next time that we fish, we'll see something better than a Magikarp. I'm gonna say, I'd like to see a Magikarp too, though, of course. Um, kind of, getting up from the water and everything, and slipping his shoes back on. I think, is this water clean, Tony?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Could I use
I
my
will.
survival?
Yes, I will let you use your survival.
Okay. Hold on, just one moment. My survival is good.
It is not
My
clean.
rule. It is not clean.
You don't
Okay.
know what it is,
Wood.
but there's some sort of film on the top of it, some sort of sludge.
Okay, I want to get a stick and I want to see if I can just like gently lift it on the surface and just see if there's like any like muck that comes out of the water and onto the stick.
It does not. It just seems to break the surface tension. You sort of move it over
Okay.
to the side, and you murk the water with it a little bit. But you can see looking down into it because it's got that oil slick look on top of it. But you can see down into the water. There are no Pokemon in this creek. The water is moving. It's not stagnant. There's nothing here.
I am gonna relay that to Tom and I'm gonna say, hey, Tom, I know you were excited to fish, but looking at it a bit closer, I don't think there's any Pokemon in this water. We might have to find a different body in the future.
All right. Well, that does sound pretty exciting to be able to find a place that's got Pokemon in it.
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
think so
down
too.
to put my hat in the ring and try my luck at the next watering hole.
Okay. Yeah. So whenever he says that, Kieran's gonna nod and say, I appreciate the optimism. It's very nice. And he's gonna go ahead and kind of toss the stick into the pond and kind of step back up and everything. He's gonna kind of keep an eye on the pond as he's like walking away, just kind of taking like a second glance at it. He's a little curious what that muck was, but he's not gonna waste too much time on it.
For sure. All right. So stepping away from the creek and heading back onto the path. Because you did that activity with Tommy, I'm gonna let either Matt or Jeremy do this next part. Which one of you would like to roll me a d8?
Got it.
Awesome. Roll me that d8. A 5. As you guys regroup on the path here, you feel the earth shake. Ground beneath you moves, and it is clearly an earthquake, a violent one at that. And you hear commotion elsewhere in these woods. Some sort of crash, loud bang, maybe a tree falling, maybe a hill causing a landslide. But you hear something, and then you hear a scream.
Oh shit!
Can we tell which direction the scream came from?
You can. It seems to be coming due north of you.
Well, sounds like we're following the path.
Okay. So you'll have to do some climbing up this hill. It is pretty steep, and we get athletics checks just to see how well we fare. Excellent 19 from Bri. I'll let you choose either athletics or survival or acrobatics to climb up the hill. Your choice.
I think in this one I can actually use my survival because of Tracier. Let
Yeah, I
me
was
double check
saying that
that.
you can use your athletics, your survival, or your acrobatics to get up the hill.
Okay, awesome.
And this is going for you too, Jefferson. Awesome. 13 athletics, 21 survival. All of you are able to quickly sprint up this hill. And as you make it up to the top, you see the source of the scream. There is a young girl approaching you in a full sprint. She sees you approaching. Gonna be right up here. I'm not gonna add a token or anything, but there's a girl approaching. She runs at you full sprint, and she has this look of terror on her face. She's covered in dirt. She has a little bit of blood coming from her forehead, and she says, "Please, you've got to help me. My friend,
What?
she's stuck.
Uh, or what happened? Are you all right?
There
I'm
was
like
some
kind of
sort
looking
of
at the board.
earthquake. I'm fine, but my friend, she's stuck. Some rubble fell. The rocks, the trees, they collapsed. She's trapped, and I can't
Bri
get to
already
her."
sprinting.
Yeah. Yep.
So as you sprint forward, Bri, you make it forward past her. You get a good view of this hill, and as you do, you see that embedded in the ground all over are these strange red and white orb-shaped Pokemon. They look pissed off. And on the far end of the hill, you see the woman that the last was talking about. She is trapped beneath a fallen tree branch, some stones, and it looks like the ground caved in beneath her. And she's about waist deep in soil. And that is where we will end our session.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lots of Voltorbs about to explode on this person.
Or electrodes. We
Or
don't know yet.
electrodes.
Or electrodes.
Or something entirely unrelated that just looks like a red and white orb. Maybe there's just like giant Pokeballs.